Well, hello. It has been a while, hasn't it? I finally got something to tell you. Something that changed my year, changed my plans, and probably changes the rest of my life. I I know I have to start from the start. It started all in midst of May, end of May, when I realized all of a sudden, from day to day, I was gaining 2-3 pounds. And by the June the 6th or 7th, it was a Saturday, I realized I'm in deep trouble because my right leg, which I have edema, I will cut in the edema portion now to show you what it is and how I'm treating it right now, but this video was taken after all of this happened. So it's already so much better than it was.
Well, I'm just showing you my feet, my edema, as it is today. I took this video today just to show you what happened. Now during this bad time, this leg swole by extremely filled with water, and it was so bad that water came in droplets out of this foot. Color has changed a lot since then, and for treatment I'm using this electrical pad that stimulates my feet with electrical impulses. It goes like, I take it about twice a day, 30 minutes, and it goes through a series of massage. Well, this is what I'm doing about at least twice a day, sometimes 3 times. It stimulates my nerve endings and my feet, and the constant pain has stopped. This one is retrieving slowly. It used to go up to here, now it's only halfway, and this one, the color is changing to much more lighter. So I think this is working very efficiently. Massage.
Well, I have to tell you the whole story. It is, it's not easy to tell you this story because I noticed my weight gain, and on the 6th of June I realized I was terribly in shape. I didn't feel good. I felt very tired. Take many naps. My breathing was very unhealthy. At night when I lay down, I had to get up to get more air because I didn't feel I get the air. I couldn't walk more than 5 to 10 meters without taking a rest. Totally out of breath. Totally out of breath. We go on from there on. And well, I honestly had a problem with this because I've decided on this weekend, the 7th, 8th, I will call on Monday the 9th, I will call my doctor, my health care provider. It's a clinic, a medical clinic where many doctors are there and so on. So on Monday morning I called and somebody said, well, I will call you back because my doctor who is in charge of me, he wasn't available. He was not there at this point. So she called me back an hour later, said, yes, we have an appointment for you. Could you be here in 2-3 hours? I said, yes, of course. And I went there, and it was a new doctor, a woman in the 30s, very, very nice. She asked me a question. I told her all my symptoms, they added up. She asked me, do you have a pain in your arms? Do you have pain in your heart, in your chest region? I said, no pain. She took down all the information I gave her, sorry. And then she said, well, let's take your blood pressure. And she put the cuffs on there, turned on this machine, looked at it and said, oh mon Dieu. Turned off the machine, went to the phone and called the hospital immediately. Her friend who was working there as a doctor, she said, look, I have somebody for you. I will make sure he's there as quickly as possible. Please take him in. Don't let him wait. Don't make him wait in the waiting room. I think this could be very... But she made sure that I was taken care of the moment I arrived. which is unusual for any hospital if you go to the emergency room, that you're next. So she arranged for me how I get there. Somebody will pick up my and so on. Never mind. This is all little details. I arrived at the hospital, and the lady who was on the desk was like, I said, apparently they're waiting for me. Yeah, she was like, yeah, sure. But at this moment, a young doctor came around the corner. I'm you, Mr. Walter? I said, yes. In right away. The lady was, what the heck is that? So they took me in, took some blood tests, x-rays, some different tests, bloop, 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 and then I waited in the waiting room for 5 to 6 hours. So I actually, at this point, it was like almost midnight. I thought, well, they forgot me. But then I didn't realize that they were waiting for the results of all my tests, especially the blood tests, which take a while. Huh? And as soon as, all of a sudden, the shit hit the fan. Before there was nothing, I sat there picking my nose, getting bored, thinking, my God, why did I even come here? It's not even that bad right now. And all of a sudden, I was wheeled into a room, 5, 6 people probing me, doing this and this. And she looked at me and said, my God, your body is full of water. My stomach was so full and so hard. I told her, I said, look, I'm taking Ozempic. I have to inject myself once a week with Ozempic. And I realized the last 2 weeks I have a hard time going through the skin. My skin was so tight that I could hardly inject myself with the Ozempic. And so they made if you ever heard of Lasix, that is a pill that drains water from your body. But they made it a liquid. They gave me an injection of Lasix, which is so much more powerful. And she said, look, you will have to wait for an hour or two. And just 5 minutes later, I had to go to the toilet. I went to the toilet, pee like a horse. Went out of the toilet, and I have a friend with me. I was in a wheelchair because there was a long corridor, so I couldn't walk that far. So he was with me to take care of me. On the way back to, all of a sudden I had to go again for pee. I went back, same thing again, peeing like a horse. 3 times it happened. Thank God I went there, because if I would have waited till we go to the car, I would have peed myself in the car, because the urge is so bad, it's painful. So I went home thinking, oh, what now? I stayed home for 2 days. I checked my mail, and there it started pouring in from the hospital, letters and appointments and doctors and health providers, and holy shoot. That was the first week. This happened all here, and this is what happened in the first week. One meeting after the other, Friday from Wednesday to Friday, busy, 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 busy. And then it started next week, and the week afterwards. Sometimes 2, 3 appointments a day. So, and not just the hospital. There was now new heart doctor, the diet nurse. I had to go to the nuclear medicine in the hospital for certain tests, many tests. So that took, now there is 1 day, I had 1 day off here during this week, 1 day off. And it had to be a Saturday, I assume. Well, never mind. All hell broke loose for me. My whole life changed. I was busy. Here I'm sitting at home, never doing anything, watching TV, playing computer, and all of a sudden I have things to do. So I did those 3 weeks, and then it got a little bit less during the 4th week. In the 5th week, the doctor, my new heart specialist, she told me, who did the Lasix to drain the water, she also told me that my life will change from now on, because my body is working under failure. My heart is working under failure. I'm not supposed to drink so much, because I've been drinking 10 to 15 liters a day of water, milk, the whole thing. Especially milk. I drank about 1.5 liters, 2% milk per day. And she said, now from now on you have 1.8 liters per day allowed. Well, she said, you're a big man, I give you 2 liters. But try to stay within the 2 liters from now on, because your body does not know what to do with too much liquid. It will just store it again. It is on heart failure, which means it has a problem. Your body, your heart has a problem. Everything else, the heart is strong, the muscle, everything. I have no stints to be laid. Everything is fine. The blood is flowing well, but my body was confused with the liquid intake. Oh, I don't know how else to say it. So, and of course, on top of this, from now on, salt-free as much as you can. That I thought would be the biggest problem. Turns out I love salt-free. Food tastes different, very nice. I got used to eat some of my veggies, which I like, raw cucumbers and so, with some salt. No salt, but it's tasty. So that I can live with. The drinking was a little bit of a problem. I think by now I'm at least up to 2.5 liters a day, because coffee. I drink 1 coffee a day. Before I had like 10 coffees a day. It was always running my coffee machine. So now I have 1 coffee in the morning. One good thing about this, no milk. I didn't know my milk was the reason for my really bad blood sugar. Since I stopped drinking that amount of milk, my sugar level, my diabetes level, perfect. All of a sudden, I was fine. I was fine. It changed my diabetic idea. I went to the clinic, the same clinic who sent me to the hospital, on the 22nd of July, and they said, at this moment you're okay, we don't have to see you. My next visit at the doctor's, that would be my cardiologist, that would be at the hospital. It will be somewhere around end of September, maybe October. But I'm okay now. I'm making plans again. But right now we got the 11th. No, it's the 7th or 7th of August, and I'm thinking I will go to visit my friend Tony on the 15th of September for 1 week. That's back to the plan. I wanted to do it in the spring. But this was my story. I did not know that I was that close to a massive heart attack. Thank God I was there at the doctor's office. Thank God the woman recognized it immediately. And thank God the health system of Canada worked like a charm. I always thought they were very lax. When you try the doctor's appointment, in 2-3 weeks, there was never any hurry. But when they realized there's an emergency, boom, the system clicked like incredible. I also very happy I live in Canada, where my $600-700 a month pills I'm taking only cost me about 50 to 60 bucks, and where the hospital and all this cost that must have occurred during this time, free. If I would have lived in other places of the world, I couldn't afford to be alive. Well, now I'm alive, I'm happy. Thanks for listening.
Well, again, I have to do this attachment quite regularly. I forgot to let you know that I gained during these first few days, in 2-3 weeks, about 28, almost 30 pounds. And then in the last weekend, when I decided I will call the doctor, I gained 12 pounds in 2 days, just with water filling up my leg. And I also forgot to tell you, this LASIK injection helped me to get rid of the quick way to get rid of a lot of the weight. And after that, they put me on 2 Lasix pills a day, one in the morning, one in the evening. And right now, I'm over 40 pounds lost already. I'm back to 278, 280. So I feel better, look better, and I'm on the mend. I'm still happy to be alive. Well, have fun, guys. Thank you for listening. And be careful out there.